Alright, here we have the AP Calculus BC 2009 question 6 free response. Now it gives you the Maclaurin series of e to the x, and it also gives you a function f of x equals e to the x minus 1 squared minus 1 over x minus 1 squared. Part A asks you to write the first four non-zero terms and the general term of the Taylor series for e to the x minus 1 squared about x equals 1. So, since they've given you this, all you really have to do is plug in x minus 1 squared into all the x's. And so we substitute in here for x minus 1 squared, and x minus 1 squared to the square is x minus 1 to the fourth over 2, and so on. And you get the general term, which is x minus 1 to the 2n over n plus 1 factorial. Now, part B says use the Taylor series found in part A to write the first four non-zero terms and the general term of the Taylor series for f about x equals 1. Now they gave you f earlier, and it's right here. And we already have the series for e to the x minus 1 squared, so really all you have to do is subtract 1 from the entire thing and divide the whole thing by x minus 1 to the squared. So when you subtract 1, that gets rid of that one. Now if you divide every term by x minus 1 squared, that becomes this one. And x minus 1 to the fourth over 2 divided by x minus 1 squared will give you x minus 1 to the squared over 2. And then the next one will give you x minus 1 to the fourth over 6. The next one, x minus 1 to the 6 over 24. And that gives you the general term of x minus 1 to the 2n over n plus 1 factorial. Part C says to use the ratio test to find the interval of convergence for the Taylor series found in Part B. So we take this general term and you plug in n plus 1 for every n. And it's the limit as n goes to infinity, absolute value. So you have x minus 1 to the 2n plus 2 all over n plus 2 to the factorial all over x minus 1 to the 2n over n plus 1 factorial. And you simplify and cancel out, and you're left with x minus 1 squared over n plus 2. And the limit as n goes to infinity of that is just 0, so you don't have to worry about x minus 1. And so that means it converges from negative infinity to infinity. Part D says to use the Taylor series for f about x equals 1 to determine whether the graph of f has any points of
What?